Captain Sisko and Jake are going on vacation, but instead of a planet, they find themselves rematerialized onto a dark, foreboding vessel with several soldiers pointing their phasers at them. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Seventh Rule with Sirach Lofton.
Hello, hello.
You know Melissa Longo. There she is.
Hi, I'm right here.
My name is Ryan T. Husk, and we are joined today by Mr. Ethan Calk. You know him as a writer. He wrote 2 episodes, or has writing credits for 2 Deep Space Nine episodes, Children of Time and Visionary. And today, he is going to be sharing and discussing another one of his pitches with us today. How is everybody doing?
It's doing great. Absolutely.
Doing good. Yeah.
This is going to be a really fun one, and thank you so much for doing this with us, Ethan. That's really cool of you. Lots of good information here. So this episode was called The 7 Milliseconds. It was pitched to Ron Moore in February of 1995. So this is, 3rd, 4th season kind of stuff, right in the middle. So without further ado, it starts a little
Let me guess what that one's about. This is about a love scene with Quark and somebody. 7 milliseconds. That's all.
7 milliseconds.
Ryan.
Nothing.
That's funny.
Take 2. Hey, everybody. It's a good guess. We'll find out if you're right.
All right.
So,
okay.
Is there a closet involved?
I don't think so.
poignant.
Okay.
7 minutes in heaven. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That
7
game?
milliseconds. Yeah.
Oh, it's a quickie.
The quickie. That was the other term.
The quickest
Oh,
of
yeah.
Other
quickies.
title.
Okay, so it starts like this. Captain Sisko and Jake are vacationing in a condo on some planet. They prepare to transport to some point of interest. However, when they rematerialize, they are not on the planet, but on a dark, foreboding vessel. Several soldiers have phasers pointed at them. Real quick, Ethan, are we talking Federation soldiers, human soldiers, or just random Alien of the Week soldiers?
Alien of the Week, I think.
Okay.
Okay. The soldiers part still pointing their phasers to make room for a scarred, imposing commander. He informs Sisko and Jake that they have been drafted by a private army. Sisko refuses and demands to be returned to the planet. The commander simply says, "Kill the boy." Sisko relents, and both are roughly escorted away in different directions.
Uh-oh.
So you already have a point where he says, Captain Sisko's like, "Nope, not going to do it." And he's like, "Okay, kill the boy." Captain Sisko's like, "Maybe we will."
Uh-oh.
Let's rethink this.
Wow, I got to rethink that one. Damn. Okay.
Dun,
So
dun,
this
dun.
would be around when Jake is something like 16 years old ish, right?
Probably. 3rd or 4th season, I think.
15, 16, something like that.
Boy,
Okay.
that would make it very difficult to dodge the draft if they can just beam you on board when they need you.
Yeah,
Right? Yeah.
that's true.
You're not dodging anything, buddy.
All right.
Wow.
So this continues. Sisko and Jake now undergo rigorous training in guerrilla warfare. Sisko's loyalty is guaranteed by the constant threat of Jake's execution. Other kidnapped people train alongside them, all with family members assuring their cooperation. In fact, every soldier on the ship has been kidnapped at one time or another. After a time, Sisko gets to see Jake for a few minutes a day. Jake seems to be okay, but he is not without a few bruises and cuts. Sisko promises him they'll get out of this somehow. Deep Space Nine will be, this is parenthetical, Deep Space Nine will be searching he won't let him be harmed, etc. These are his assurances to Jake, right? Jake, with a new edge and maturity that has been suddenly forced upon him, assures his father he'll be okay. Wisely, they both did not reveal that Sisko is Starfleet. Good twist. Because they're like, if they say he's Starfleet, they're gonna, maybe use him as some kind of bargaining chip or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Right. We were already on vacation, so we would have been in civilian clothes. Yeah.
Sisko and some cool threads. Jake and who knows? Hopefully a vest by then.
A different kind of bus. No.
In my standard silky pajamas, right?
All right.
Wow, this is getting good now. I'm on the hook.
Yeah. I love these episodes that make you feel like you're changing a character. You're forcing Jake to become stronger and darker and wiser and tougher because of what's going on with him. Mm-hmm. After more brutal training that continues to harden Jake, the entire group gathers in the cargo hold of the vessel. It is time to carry out their mission. So are Jake and Captain Sisko being trained in separate groups, separate battalions?
At least at the beginning, I think it in my mind they were taken to separate places, and you get to see them once in a while, but they're being trained separately.
Wow.
So keep them apart. Keep them apart. That way they can't, plan and try to do anything to.
So if Jake gets out of this, he's going to be badass after this. Yeah. Nog's not going to be able to make fun of his arms when they move in together.
Man, I got muscles too, Nog. Go to the weight room. You want to go to the weight room?
I'll show you the weight room.
So the entire group gathers in the cargo hold of the vessel. It is time to carry out their mission. The target: take over the Cardassian space station known as Terok Nor. That's Deep Space Nine.
Oh, time has gone backwards then. Are we back in time, or is this present day? This is interesting.
You'll see.
Yeah.
I'm sensing a theme.
His next couple sentences will tell you.
The kidnapped soldiers are shocked and wonder how they will accomplish this, since there are only 15 to 20 of them. The commander explains he has perfected a temporal shift using the transporter. He informs the group that in the transporter sequence, there is a 7-millisecond gap between the time a person is matter until they are converted into energy. He has been pulling people out of the transporter beam during this gap, temporarily shifting them and recruiting them for their army. He tells them that during this entire training time, only 4.5 milliseconds of normal time have passed. This is the secret of their future success. They will invade Deep Space Nine during the next 2.5 milliseconds of normal time, kill the command crew, and take over while everyone else is essentially frozen.
Wow, that's shady. That's underhandedness there. Gosh.
I like that.
Yeah, because if they're moving super quick in 2.5 milliseconds, then the rest of the crew that's not moving like that is just going to look like they're frozen in space because millisecond is nothing.
Right. And, kind of like that original series, A Wink of an Eye, but they were sped up, but you could still see people moving. Here, in this essence, they would just be frozen and not be able to do anything, unlike the original series episodes.
So would they have to train for the temporal shifts, because they're essentially attacking unarmed people? like physiologically, like the chimp.
I don't know. I don't know how that would work out. I guess if 1 second you're alive and a millisecond later you're not, I guess, I don't know how that would work. I guess everybody would be standing up, and when things go back to normal, they just crumple to the floor. I don't.
Interesting.
I'm not sure.
No
how that
time
would work.
to say goodbye.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Well, here's the part everybody's been waiting for.
Mm-hmm.
Given several minutes with each other, finally, Jake and Cisco whisper a plan. On the station, Cisco and Jake use their knowledge of Deep Space Nine to foil the plan. They could discover how the commander is altering their time perception, then send them back to normal time. They could do a Starship Mine. Hey, I like that episode. They could do a Starship Mine type of running around and foiling all the commander's plans. They could threaten to destroy Deep Space Nine by firing at the power core, robbing the commander of his prize. In the end, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I kind of pitched several different options that the writer might, they might pick up on one or they might like.
Right.
So,
what direction they want to take it exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
In the end, they use the transporter to return to normal time and then destroy it. Jake seems none the worse for the experience, but we see a definite loss of some of his innocence and Cisco's sadness at this abrupt loss. Aw, so Cisco is he's like, my kid's all grown up and he's not this joyful little guy anymore.
I'm only 7 milliseconds different.
Older.
Than I was before. But no, I think that's a great episode. Kind of reminds me of O'Brien when he has to live those experiences out.
Yeah.
We also had another one where Jake, the visitor episode where where Cisco lives with the memory, but he's the only one that has the memory of those things transpiring.
Mm-hmm.
So I do like those kinds of episodes where it questions consciousness, questions your, time in the linear sense of it. And I think those are really good things.
It could work with Cardassians. Like a Cardassian figured out how to tinker with the temporal time to take back a Cardassian space station.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That would have been an even better idea.
Writing partner. So Ron's comments to you, he said he liked it, but said they were already doing an episode where Cisco was kidnapped and forced to do something against his will. He was referring to the episode Through the Looking Glass, the second episode in the alternate crossover universe. Alas, poor timing. Do you want to share what your thoughts were at the end of that?
Yeah. So it's kind of embarrassing, but 3 months before that, I was there and I pitched a couple of times in person, 2 or 3, and then the rest of them were over the phone. But before that, I was there in person and I was pitching. I got my notes right here. Robert Hewitt Wolf, and it was really going badly. I mean, sometimes you click and sometimes you just fumble and it's like you don't know what you're doing. And this was kind of one of them. I was really frustrated. And I finished the pitch and I walked out and I'm going, God, that was just terrible. And then I went, oh crap, I forgot to pitch one. There was this one was the one. And so by then I was already out of the building and it was too late. So I pitched it the next time around and then the timing was off. So I never knew whether had I pitched it when I originally intended to, whether they would have liked it because maybe they hadn't done this other Through the Looking Glass yet. So anyway.
Did you envision this episode with a B plot, or did you feel like it was one of those kind of all-encompassing episodes where you just, this is the week that we were just taken away to, Captain Cisco and Jake on this crazy thing?
I think this was the only story I had in my mind. And a lot of times the B plots will come from the writers. They'll kind of, let's do this here and we'll stick this B plot in. when they're planning out. I mean, there was no B plot in this particular pitch. In fact, it probably 3/4 of it would have been on this other ship or wherever they were.
Well, it also seems like you kind of had a built-in A and B plot because you have Captain Sisko and Jake in two separate areas on the ship.
Oh,
True.
yeah.
So they
True.
both have their own experiences going on there.
True. Yeah.
Well, that's a
I
fun
like
one.
it.
Could have been.
Yeah.
I like it. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
fun.
Thank you. Yeah.
And
and again-
obviously, I think. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, and Ron Moore liked it too. It was just bad timing and stupidity on my part several months earlier.
Jake
I
Sisko
would
guesses
say
the
that-
IMDb score. No, I'm just kidding. This one feels like a
I
real
would
one. Yeah.
say- Now, I would say that to me, the alien race makes a difference about what their motivation is and how much I would empathize with them or not. For example, if it were the Jem'Hadar and they were doing it in order to get freedom from the Vorta and the founders, and they were doing that for that reason. So, hey, we kidnap you and we're fighting for our own kind of liberation from these people. Can you help us do it? That would make me say, oh, do you help the bad guys or not? You know what I mean?
To take over
idea.
Deep Space Nine, though.
Well,
You're like, I don't know.
Well,
These are all my friends back at home.
yeah,
But I don't know, these
Yeah,
Jem'Hadar, they're kind of sweeties too.
but it wouldn't be DS9. It would be about
Right.
something else.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, you could fudge the
Right.
details, like the location and
Right. Good point.
I would. It would be centered around Kentracell White and probably a huge stash or some type of technology that they knew could replace it. Probably centered around that idea so that they could liberate themselves from this
Right.
kind of situation.
But do you think they would alter some of their genetic predisposition to slaughtering people? The slaughtering of all.
But that's their identity.
That's
Why take away their identity?
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know.
mean,
I don't know.
hey,
I don't
yeah.
think so. It is.
All right.
It is part of their makeup.
Well, this has been a really
So
good
yeah, that's
one.
a great episode. Made us think a lot, though, Ethan. Thank you for making us think
Yeah.
of that one.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
thank you.
Definitely
Sure.
like these because it's like an extra episode for DS9. It's like one of those ones, the ones that got away. So
Mhm.
Yeah.
it just
Cool.
allows the minds and the wheels to start rolling. So it's very, very cool, man. Thank you.
Well, cool.
And
Thank you.
I know all the
appreciate it.
Star Trek fans like myself were like, you know what? Headcanon. This is part of my headcanon. This happened.
Yeah.
This happened.
Yeah.
We just didn't see it in those 170 episodes, but it happened
Right.
somewhere. It was episode 27 of season 4.
There you go.
And you
Well-
could see that shift in Jake a little bit.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's why he was
Yeah.
gone for a few episodes. He needed to clear
Yeah.
his mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could be.
Well, thanks
Could
very
be.
much, Ethan. This is really cool of you to do this. And thank you so much for sharing your
Sure.
time and opening up.
Absolutely.
You know, it's not always easy to like share ideas because you're like, who knows if people are going to like it or not, but obviously we're going to like them all.
Thank you.
Pretty awesome. Thank you, Ethan. Appreciate
Thank
you.
you. No problem.
Thank you, man.
You bet.
And
That's awesome.
everybody at home, if you notice a 7 millisecond gap in time, I don't know, there should be a 7th rule joke in there, but just always remember the 7th rule.
There it is.